Hey YouTube, I wanted to add a few more points about the whole transportation issue based on what I was talking about before. One of the things that's being promoted in this program I watched, Blueprint America, was the idea of car sharing, which isn't a new concept at all. But I've actually participated in the car sharing thing, and it does have its positive benefits if you don't own a car. But I don't think it can be used as a car substitute. For one thing, it ends up costing about $10 an hour, and then there's a mileage limit per day. But another thing is this, there's certain set parking spaces where you have to park, and if somebody comes and parks there illegally and takes that space, then you're in a lot of trouble. The thing is that they actually take that space, that means that there's no parking around. I remember I was actually threatened that I would be in trouble for trying to park somewhere else because that space was taken, and I actually had to find a different parking space that was kind of far away. I drove around for a long time. It was during some baseball game or something, so there just was no space. So this isn't a really good solution for America's problems. If anything, again, it makes us poorer, and somehow we're supposed to accept it. I also thought it was interesting that I've been reading this book, History of Russia, by Nicholas V. Ryasanovsky and Mark D. Steinberg, 7th edition. On page 541, it's talking about Khrushchev, and it said, I just thought this was interesting. The collective would obviously dominate. I'm quoting here. The collective would obviously dominate. Even some of the abundant consumer goods would be available in the form of appliance pools of refrigerators, washing machines, or vacuum cleaners. Apparently Khrushchev objected to the last to private automobile ownership and projected instead public car pools. On a still broader scale, life would become increasingly socialized. Free public health services and transportation would be followed, for example, by free public meals, which would virtually eliminate kitchen drudgery for women. The thing is, where does this socialization stop? I mean, Khrushchev here is saying, no, we can't have private automobiles here in the Soviet Union. We're going to have car sharing instead. That was the idea behind this Blueprint America thing. It was this idea that you would do your car share, and then you go to the train, and that's supposed to somehow solve the problems. Well, it doesn't solve anything. And it's really funny that this program is aired in the morning at the same time that they were discussing cutting the local public transportation budget. So I don't know how they expect that they're going to fund high-speed rail and all of that when they're cutting the local budget. I really feel that Obama, as well as Bush before him, are pushing this country dangerously towards fascism and socialism, much more than people may realize. This whole public takeover of public health care, it's a bad thing. This whole cash for clunkers that I've talked about at length, it's a bad program too. We have to watch out. We have to send a very strong message of no, that we're not going to take anything. I say maybe vote out all the incumbents unless you have a really good representative. Just to vote them all out, Republican and Democrat. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching.